Hello, welcome back. Today I'm starting a brand new series all about home decor. One of the most fun parts to me as being a homemaker is getting to decorate the house. I love decorating. I love looking at decorating styles and definitely incorporating them in my own home. I have my own look and style, but I appreciate and love so many other styles that I do not use here in my home. So this series is going to be exploring all the different, or maybe not all, but a good portion of different decorating styles, what they are, what they look like, and maybe kind of how you can incorporate it in your home. My house is kind of in a transition. I was super into French country, and now I'm really kind of liking the grand millennial style. So my house is a little bit of a mixture of both. And then there's just some odd and ends that really probably don't fit in either of those categories, but I love them, so they're here. Because that is really what your style should be, is things that make you happy can all go together to create your own unique style. But if you're trying to get a more Pinteresty look, I have gathered actually several pictures from Pinterest that I'm going to be putting up here to talk about with you guys. And then if you want to check any of these pictures out further, see who took the pictures, look at the websites they came from, I have created a Pinterest board that has all of these pictures on it, and I will link that down below. That way, I thought that'd just be the easiest way for you to know where all the pictures came from and give everyone credit. I did not take any of these pictures myself. I gathered them all from Pinterest, and you can find them all down below in the link. All right, let's get going. All right, so mid-century modern is the style that I am talking about today. And the mid-century era of style started in around the 1930s, but mid-century modern refers to the later part of the mid-century era, and that is after World War II all the way up into mid to late 60s. Some people even include a little bit of the 70s in there, but I personally feel like once you hit the 70s, you kind of have your own distinct new style. So I probably wouldn't call that mid-century modern, but to each his own. It really doesn't matter. So mid-century modern has a very, I feel like, distinct look. It is minimalistic. It has straight, clean lines. There are some like circular lines as well, but I feel like most of the stuff to me is just straight, clean lines, thin legs on furniture, thin, just, I don't know, I think thin when I think mid-century. All right, first up here, I'm going to be putting up some pictures of truly mid-century modern rooms. These pictures are from that actual time period. So these homes are kind of like a time capsule. This first one here is a living room entrance, entryway area. And the way they have like those lattice wall there between the entryway and the living room, that was very common. That is something I've been seeing come back in some homes that are really wanting to incorporate the mid-century modern style into their home. I think if done right, this can look beautiful. I also really like the stonework on the floor there. And then that door is very typical of that time period. I would say today we use a little bit nicer looking of a door. What we have today as mid-century modern looks a little different than the original. All right, let's move on. So this is a mid-century modern bedroom that was actually from back then. I think this one was from like the 60s. And I personally do not care for this room. You may love this room, but it is not my favorite. You can tell though in this how it has just straight, clean lines, and there's just not much there. This room actually kind of looks like maybe it's a hotel room to me. That would kind of be my guess, but I do not know. All right, so here's another original. And this one actually I think looks very cute and cozy. I really like the way this one looks. The green sofa and the red chairs complement each other well. I probably wouldn't put those together myself because it screams Christmas to me. And that would bother me during the summer, but in the fall and winter, I totally would not mind that. That would really be kind of fun. But yes, so this is a very mid-century home, and you see those skinny little legs on all the furniture, but yes. All right, so now let's look at kind of a little bit more modern mid-century, like kind of like what our take has been. So this picture here is actually a mid-century home, and I think most of these furnishings are actually from that time period as well, but I feel like the way they did this has a little bit more modern of a feel, and I feel like this is a house that you could probably walk in today and feel pretty comfortable in and not feel terribly outdated. This is a really nice time capsule, and I really enjoy this room. This is a good room. All right, and this one, I think this house is maybe for sale, or is what this picture was from, I'm not sure. But the flooring is what I saved this house for, and then the wood and the doors and the staircase. That is all very mid-century modern. Even the beams up at the top, I don't love that couch. The couch to me, technically I think it probably would be mid-century modern, but the pattern on it looks a little bit more almost like 80s or 90s to me, but I don't know. Anyway, the planter, the flooring, all of this, very mid-century modern, and that wood color, you're gonna notice it seems to be a common theme in all of the mid-century modern stuff. All right, I wanted to throw in one more original picture, sorry. This kitchen, this pink kitchen, I think is adorable, and this is from the 50s, so this would also be mid-century modern, and I love this. I think it is so cute, and I think that would be such a fun kitchen to have. But all right, now let's look at more realistic. This kitchen here, this is something that is very mid-century modern, very actual modern. Like this is a new kitchen. These are new appliances, new cabinets, beautiful. I love how it gives that mid-century vibe though, with the colors and that dark wood, that rich wood, and then the light fixture. The light fixture, you guys, is so awesome and so very mid-century modern. And then it also has that tile, the like large stone type tile flooring, which if you saw some of those original, that seemed to be a little bit more of a mid-century modern look. So yes, this is a great kitchen. Here is another one, and this one I feel like is even more modern. This one I just feel like kind of gives a nod towards the mid-century modern era, towards almost more just a modern. But the color of those cabinets and the hardware on those cabinets, I feel like gives it a very mid-century modern look. And then the tiling and the backsplash tiling and the floor, I feel like are a little bit more modern, but it is a beautiful kitchen, and this would be a fun one to incorporate into your mid-century home. All right, and then the last kitchen room I have for you is really more of the dining area. I'm assuming the kitchen's kind of just like behind whoever took the photo, but this dining room table and chairs is extremely mid-century modern. The lamp there, and then if you look on into the living room, the stonework on the wall and the furniture in there has that very minimalistic, sleek, thin legs and furniture look. It's not big and bulky. This is beautiful, and I love all the windows in this. I love the big openness feel that it has. This is a beautiful room and feels very mid-century modern. Even though this is a modern room, I feel like you could see this in a 1960s movie with Cary Grant standing in there. So beautiful room. Let's move on to bedrooms. Right. For master bedrooms, they're kind of the same theme, that wood color, that darker wood color, the thin legs. I like this one, how it has the square bed, but then it has the round side tables and the round lamp at the top. I also picked this one because it had a black wall, which I thought was unique. That is not something I saw a lot in when I was looking at all pictures for this. And it's not really a color that's super strong with the mid-century modern palette. I mean, I have seen it, but it doesn't seem to be a dominant. So I thought this was unique and gave it a little bit of a twist. So I wanted to add it in there because I thought this was a fun room. All right, and then this room, I like this one, has all white walls, so kind of the opposite, but the bed is very similar, and actually the rest of the room's the same. In fact, I'm kind of wondering if this is the same room. I think this is actually the same room with just different wall color, guys, because the light fixture's even the same. I just now noticed that. I had not noticed that before. But yeah, I love this. I just love the vibe and the feeling of this room. And if you'll notice, it's very minimalistic. There's not a lot going on in there, but there's just enough to make it feel cozy and warm. Then I wanted to throw in a nursery. I love decorating nurseries. It's one of my favorite. So this nursery though has the thin minimalistic furniture with the thin little legs, the beautiful wood, and then the crib they actually painted, and you could do any kind of colors, but the color scheme in this room is very mid-century modern color scheme. I love the way they've incorporated them all, and then that fun little like mobile thing hanging from the wall kind of ties all the colors in with its multicolors. This is a very pretty room. I really think this is a sweet nursery. Now moving on to living rooms. All right, so living rooms. Here's one of those partitions again, separating the dining from the living room. I just feel like you can't really have a mid-century home without having one of those. But this chair has the thin little legs, and I like the yellow color. The coffee table has those thin lines to it. This is just a nice nod towards the mid-century modern. So this is a nice picture. And then this one here. This chair is about as mid-century modern as you can get, you guys. These are highly sought after chairs if you can find an original one, and then I think there's some remakes of them as well. But yes, this room is just beautiful and has a great mid-century vibe, and it has right on with the color scheme, guys. It's beautiful. I also really like how this room probably has a beautiful beams going up in the vaulted ceiling. You can kind of see the beginning of it there, and this room I'm sure feels super cozy. All right, and then the last one for the living room is this picture here. This buffet slash cabinet, whatever you want to call it, looks like maybe they keep their record player on it, but this is a great piece of furniture. You could use this for so many different things. I love this. I love the way they've styled it. I love the way this looks. It's so cozy and very mid-century modern. I also wanted to note the artwork. I feel like that artwork is great, and it looks old and vintage, and it's just perfect. The way it ties in those warm browns and orange and the greens, and even some of that white it pulls from the wall. So it's a really great picture to pull it all together. That is something, if you need something to pull color together, find a good piece of art that incorporates all the colors you're trying to pull together. Just a side tip. All right. Now let's talk about the color scheme, because I mean, obviously it's your house. You do whatever colors you want. But if you're really wanting to stick with like a mid-century color, these I feel like are kind of good core mid-century modern colors. If you stick with these color palette, and they kind of all go together too. I feel like you can kind of intermatch and change and make it all work together. I really like these colors. I wanted to go ahead and show you this one as well. It has a little bit more options there. And these to me are a little bolder. The other ones were a little more muted, you see here, more of a dusty color. And then these are definitely brighter and bolder. So kind of depending on what your style is, you may like one over the other. And then ways of incorporating it is, I like this picture here. They really incorporated colors here with the wall. They have that one accent wall, and then the red rug, and then the green lamps. This room, it goes really well together. I feel like it flows really well together. And I think this room actually belongs with that sofa picture I showed a minute ago. The lines to this house look very like it all goes together. But yeah, so I like how they did an accent wall to kind of pull in a lot of those colors. And then this room here, I feel like is a great example of using multiple colors that some people would think to put these together, but a lot of people may not. It has that pale tealish blue color on the chairs, and then it has a more of a navy blue on the other chair with yellow pillows, and then they have like these green accents on the coffee table with a bluish green rug, and then a lot of whites and muted colors around that. But I feel like this is a great way to incorporate a lot of colors, and it all flows so nicely together, and it just looks stunning. It really does. So have fun with the colors. Don't be scared to mix and match colors. A lot of colors go together better than you would think they do. You just kind of need to get them all in the same like tone. I look at colors, they tend to have the same underlying tone. Like if it's a certain blue, find another blue that has that same similar undertone, even though they're different shades of blue. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Do you love mid-century modern? Is that your go-to home decor? Is that what you dream of your house looking like? I would love to know what your home style is. What home style would you like me to talk about next? I have a few ideas, but I am definitely open to suggestions. And I hope you guys will stick around for my next video. Bye.